Welcome back to the bottom line, where I'm running this episode completely solo. We're talking about something that's really, really important to me, and it's a speech, a process that I'm working on that I can deliver to students, athletes, and entrepreneurs. And it's earned, not given. It's about outworking the odds. But right now, I want to dive into something that has been misrepresented in today's world, and that's manifestation. Manifestation is a power that's available to you. You just don't even, most of us don't even realize it. It's not just about what you believe, it's about what you become. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. Want and hope without action is delusion. Might offend some people. That just means you're delusional. You can want anything in the world, but if you do nothing for it, you're never going to have it. And to hope for it to just happen to you is delusional. Manifestation without movement is fantasy. Like I said, we can say things over and over and over, and maybe we'll start seeing them. We'll start thinking about it. But will it actually manifest before you? Will you create the circumstances for yourself? I don't think so. Sometimes we get lucky. Like I said, the lottery. You can't win the lottery if you don't play. Is that manifestation? To a degree. If you play every day of your life, you might get lucky and win. But what I mean with manifestation is setting your mind to something, telling yourself you are the person deserving of it. You are that thing. You are becoming that thing. You do this. You can speak that into existence. You can make that happen. We can convince ourselves of anything. You can convince yourself of any truth, any lie. People do it all the time. So manifestation is is convincing yourself of something that is yet to come. The way I apply this is I tell myself I am. Before I was a director of operations, before I was a consultant, before I was running this show, before I was a published author, I told myself I was. Not because I'm trying to completely design who I am, but I believe I was called to do these things. So I was just confirming what I believed I was called to do by telling myself I was. I am this. I am going to do this. I am going to become this. And over time, I started to believe that I was. I walked in the feeling and in the shoes of if I already was that person. So naturally, automatically, I'm going to draw in the things in my life to put me there. But when you consistently do the work, the universe starts to respond. So it's not just about saying things, it's about acting according, right? I'm writing a book on a concept called the hypocrisy of becoming, how manifestation requires you to lie to yourself until it's true. The bridge, the gap between manifestation and hypocrisy is action. To say you are something or you are going to do something, but you do not act makes you a liar. To say, I am an international speaker, I'm internationally recognized as a motivational speaker. I tell myself I am this all the time, but I'm putting in the work to become that. So every day, I find some kind of opportunity to grow in that endeavor, to grow in my path, and to slowly become that. Action is required. You can't just wish and want without doing anything about it. When you start moving forward, when you chase a dream, you start pursuing a goal, you hit milestones, you find things, you find what you're looking for. And I'm not going to completely quote the Bible for example, but Matthew 5 through 7. You're going to see the law of attraction spoken. Continually knock on the door of opportunity will be open to you. That is one example. Finding is reserved for the seeker. Reaping is reserved for the sower. You reap what you sow. We've heard this. It's a long, old term saying. This is what it is. And that's the truth. If you consistently put in the work, you will reap the reward. Things in your life will start to funnel towards the direction you're traveling because you're looking for it. You find what you're looking for. Think of it as optimistic people and pessimistic people. Do a little tally in your brain. Do a quick exercise for me. Think of all the negative people in your life. Then think about all the negative things that keep happening to them. Think about the positive people in your life and all the positive things that keep happening to them. We can all point some of these people out because it's true. Whether you say you can or say you can't, you're likely true. It's a matter of perspective. But you find what you're looking for. You attract what you're seeking. So if you're looking for opportunity, you're going to find opportunity. If you're looking to grow, you're going to find opportunities to grow. Don't think it's going to be given to you. You have to earn it. You won't just automatically become the owner of a company. No, you have to put the work in to become the owner of a company. But because you're seeking it, you'll find the opportunities to do it. The way to build momentum is with small wins. Morning habits, journaling, progress tracking. You've got to build that momentum because, like I said in the last segment before we ended it there, that consistent discipline, starting even small, will compound and grow and turn into momentum that is completely life changing. Like I said, you can start with making your bed, then grow into the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. I found my first choice was waking up at 4 a.m. consistently every day. I was on a 6 year streak of 4 a.m. every single day. Didn't matter what day it was, whether it was a holiday, a weekend, didn't matter. Took several vacations, still woke up at 4 a.m. Not because I had to, but because the discipline meant more to me. The discipline of making myself do it, even when I didn't have to, even when people thought it was crazy, it fueled and powered other disciplines in my life. It became an anchor for me to prove to myself that I can do this thing that sucks consistently. So that means that thing over there that's really hard or that sucks, that's not that bad. It's like David Goggins. David Goggins is a great example. If you do something that is awful every day, the awful things that attack you are going to seem less awful. That's a very archaic caveman way to put it, but that's the truth. So start with those small wins. Then, when you're moving forward and you're starting to apply a sense of self discipline, even something small, you really have to track your progress. You cannot manage what is not measured, and you cannot adjust what you're not measuring. It's very, very difficult to maintain a solid discipline and a record of progress if you're not paying attention to your score. You've got to see the direction you're traveling. You've got to see your wins. You've got to see your losses, and you have to be honest with yourself. Especially as entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are great at doing this. We're great at closing our eyes, turning away from the problem, acting like it doesn't exist, and just trying to keep moving forward. You can't look away from the bad. You have to see the bad because you have to be honest about it. You have to attack it. It's if you live only in the good, the bad's going to sneak up on you and is going to derail you. So apply the consistent disciplines, even starting small, to build that momentum and then start tracking that progress so you can stay in alignment with your reason why. And it will automatically grow your self belief, grow your discipline, and grow that thick skin, that hard shell. So don't just dream, document. Don't just plan, perform. Like I've said many, many times, it's easy to say what you want to do, easy to say what you want to become, but you've got to do it. You've got to move forward. And the easiest way to get massive movement and progress is to start small, move forward, let it compound. But you have to track it because then you're going to know faster when you start getting derailed or going off track. And at the same time, when you can see a clear starting point, clear growth pattern, it adds to the motivation. It adds as fuel to that fire. Surround yourself with those who demand growth from you. This is something that I overlooked for many years. I thought it was my job, my responsibility as a man to do things on my own. I had to weather the storm. I had to carry the burden so others didn't have to. In reality, the biggest growth and success in my life has come from surrounding myself with the right people who wanted my success, held me accountable to the things I was saying. There's a lot of value in accountability. There's a lot of value in people that care about you. There's a lot of value in putting yourself in a vulnerable position, backing yourself into a corner so you have nowhere to go but forward. And the right people around you will help you do that consistently. It's really easy for us to let ourselves down. It's easy for us to compromise on our disciplines, the things we need to do. That's easy. It's easy to lie to ourselves. But when you've got people around you that can see through and through what you're dealing with, who you are, what you're talking about, what your goals are, they will stop you from getting derailed. They'll keep you on track. And sometimes they'll give you a much needed kick in the pants to keep you moving forward. Discipline is built in the dark. Results show up in the light. When you are disciplined and you're putting in the work, you don't need to show everybody. You don't need to tell everybody. The discipline's not for them, the discipline's for you. This is where people start thinking about, or they'll say, oh man, that person's an overnight success. They must have got lucky. No, they don't see the discipline that was required to become that thing, to achieve those accolades, to do whatever. Discipline is built in the dark. Results show up in the light. People see the results of your hard work. They don't see all the pain, suffering, struggle, time, and dedication it took to get there. So keep that in mind. Discipline's not for everyone else. It's for you. And you have to track it. Because the more you pay attention to it, the more you seek furthering that discipline, the more you seek finding your destination, the sooner you're going to get there. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. We've got another segment. We break this down a little bit further, and then I send you off with a good day and hopefully a new motivation. We'll be right back on the bottom.